Ben, or GNC Centric, and today I'm going to do a video about how I, a lesbian, believed for many years that I was a gay trans man.
This time next year, I will be living my life as a man.
You said that was such great conviction. You've made your mind up.
Oh, absolutely.
Do you like being a woman at all?
No.
Wouldn't that be just the worst feeling in the world?
I've hated it since I started developing. I hate it now. I cannot look at myself in the mirror and love the person that's there. I can't do it. I've tried my entire life since I started developing.
So because I had dysphoria, the fact that I hated my female body was like unquestioned and acceptable. So hating my female body, being in denial of being female, being in denial of like having a female sexuality, and just like hating my body was totally acceptable and nobody questioned it. So it made me fine with hating being female and thinking that I was a male. Everybody around me said that was fine, that was normal.
Great conviction.
So I thought that like after being on testosterone long enough and after getting a mastectomy that I would eventually like pass and I would be good enough for a gay man. Like literally I had like, I can't believe looking back, I had such a small, like such horrible self-esteem, like such a horrible view of myself.
I cannot look at myself in the mirror and love the person that's there.
I just wanted to be like good enough to be a bottom, and I thought I would have sex like always facing away and like never facing my partner, and I would like only ever have anal because that's like what I thought a gay guy would want, and that like I didn't know what orgasm the females could orgasm, so I was like I'll never orgasm and like I won't have a penis, but as long as he's happy I'll be happy. Like that was what I was like looking for. That was like when I grow up that's what I'll have and I'll be happy.
And my dad! Oh my god, hi!
When I grow up, that's what I'll have and I'll be happy. So if you haven't caught on, all of this is like based on internalized lesbophobia. I will explain. So I hated my female body. I hated all female bodies. Anything to do with like female experience of sexuality was like out of my mind and like irrelevant to me. The concept of like lesbians was like always out of my mind. It was something I couldn't even think about. It was something that was like irrelevant to me, which I recognize now is just denial.
Oh, absolutely.
So nobody challenged these feelings for me. In the queer community, it was like, oh, well, that just means you're trans. But nobody challenged that like this could just be like you hate being female because you can't accept that you're a female homosexual on some level. I don't know. Like nobody challenged or me, and nobody. They talk all the time in the trans community about like being your true self and stuff, but like nobody gives you the tools for self-exploration. They just give you labels and they give you like
she's transgender
rhetoric, and they give you like experiences that you should find similar, and there you go. Like they don't give you tools for anything to do with exploring the self or like self-actualization other than to like copy someone else basically. So the concept of like being with a man is inevitable is like, it's part of compulsory heterosexuality. I'm gonna put a link to Adrian Rich's essay, Compulsory Heterosexuality, for you guys. So yeah, despite like feeling that I was supposed to be with a man, I changed it from a straight man to a gay man, because then that took out the like heterosexual possibility of babies. Like not literally, of course, if it was possible I could have gotten pregnant or something if I had actually like done that, but like in my mind I was like with two gay men, the whole thing of like being a mother is like not even there, so I don't have to worry about that, which again is like another way that I was in denial of my femalehood. I think that this was just like my mind finding ways like very slowly over time to cope and make a situation where I was with a man sexually a survivable situation. So I think that what I just described is not unique, because I'm gonna put a link to a Twitter thread or two in the bio here, in the description, because I know like at least 6 lesbians who are detransitioned or re-identified who used to believe or live or act that like they were gay trans men because they believed they were. And then like after detransitioning or re-identifying, or they realized they were homosexual females, or they realized they were homosexual females and that's why they detransitioned. That was kind of what happened with me. And I think that there is a significant number of trans-identified females right now who are in relationships with men, who are on Grindr, who are having sex with men, who their entire relationship is based on dissociation. Their entire sexuality is based on dissociation. It's extremely unhealthy, and I worry a lot about them. Like, I know some people are going to find this offensive, but I think there's a lot of trans-identified females who are actually lesbians who have so much internalized lesbophobia that they've gone from like, I'm a female who's attracted to females, even if it's like in the back of their mind something that they can't acknowledge, to the very opposite end as far as they could go to I'm a male who likes males. As far as you can get from lesbians is gay men, right? As far as you can get from ever interacting with another female body is being a gay man, right? And also like gay men, there's like a bit of a like we hate female bodies, vaginas are gross, that kind of thing. Like when you hang out with gay men and you already hate your female body, they're like reinforcing your dysphoria and you feel like, oh, this is right. They feel the same way as I do. So I think there's probably a lot of lesbians who are in that situation right now who, were they in a different environment, they wouldn't be acting that way or experiencing those feelings, I'm guessing. So the one thing that helped me so much was I went to Michigan Family Reunion in 2017, and there was just so many butch lesbians everywhere. They weren't like trying to be masculine, or they weren't like trying to be trans men. They were just naturally butch, and like they weren't like putting thought into it, or like it wasn't an act or a costume. And I realized like that's just like me, I'm just naturally like that. And then seeing all of these like lesbians of like different ages, seeing that they're like happy and they're okay and everything is fine. And also in that festival there was no males allowed, so a lot of the females would walk around without their shirts on. And just seeing these lesbians who were so comfortable with their bodies, it had a big impact on me. Yeah, so it helped me a lot. Like the number one thing I would recommend for somebody who is like struggling to realize if they're a lesbian or not is to like hang out with some lesbians. Yeah. So that's the end of my video. If you have thoughts or questions, put them in the comments. I'm also always on Twitter if you want to strike up a conversation about this. Again, I know that this video will probably offend some people, but I'm just relating like my experiences, my thoughts, my opinions. Try not to take it too personally. Please like, comment, subscribe, and share. Okay, bye.